So welcome back to another episode. And yes, the Sonic movie has been delayed. It has, till 2020, February 14th, Valentine's Day. Get your dates ready for that one, I'm telling you. But the one thing on this channel that I haven't done, I haven't talked about the Sonic movie, and my thoughts, and also the thoughts on it getting delayed. I have a lot to talk about here, I really do. I was away on vacation when all of this stuff went down, and I was looking at it, I was like, oh my god. I want to say, first of all, about Sonic's look for the movie. The original look. I know they're changing it now. When I first saw it, I was shocked. And I was like, I remember back to my beautiful Sonic 1 box. And when they created this mascot and how much I enjoyed the character. Overall, I really did. And then when I saw the movie version, it was like it was made by an alien that had never seen Sonic and didn't understand the Sonic fan base at all. Just like the Super Mario Brothers movie was very strange back in the day, didn't represent the real game itself. This wasn't really representing the game character, and I was so mystified from a movie standpoint of design. Then I kind of realized, I'm like, is this guy really a Sonic fan? If he was really a Sonic fan, he wouldn't have made the character look like this. But I think they were trying to do this realistic style of character, and it just didn't work, and there was a huge backlash, and we were all very blown away that this kind of design choice was made. But this is old news now. It really is. And so the company, Paramount, was like, oh my god, we got a huge backlash coming in at us. We need to change this. The director knew this as well, Jeff Fowler. He knew he had to change the design, and he said, hey, don't worry guys, we're gonna change it. We made a mistake. And he owned up to it. And that is step number one is fantastic. Realization, this is not what we want, what the fans want. We're going to change it. Big kudos for that one. I was very happy to hear that. And then everybody started talking about something that is very, very relevant. Especially, I think it's becoming more relevant as more information is coming out about video game companies and movie companies working their CGI artists to death. And I got a lot to say about this. Everybody started being concerned that the CG artists were going to be put into crunch time to do all these fixes to change his character mid-development. It's a huge process. It's a huge process to change this character into what he originally was supposed to look like. Why didn't we do it right to begin with? Well, that's debatable. So all of a sudden, all of the artists, the director who's in charge of this, he's like, oh, don't worry, we're going to change it. Meanwhile, all the artists are getting, slave whipped and, working themselves to the bone, sweating, late shifts, long shifts, 7-day shifts, month shifts. It doesn't stop until the project is complete. And let me say something here. I really feel this, coming from the art world myself. Artists are completely taking advantage of through the entire industry, all of the time. And it's so sad and upsetting to me because artists do this for the passion of doing great art. They're artists. They want to produce wonderful things for people to go, wow, look at that. That's amazing what you produced, what you created. And then there's the money people at the top that are, as I said earlier, they're slave whipping these people through crunch times, just pushing them to the max, to their endurance point of breaking. I've seen it so much. I have so many friends in Vancouver here that do CG work for films. I won't say who they are or where they work, but for big people and big companies. And the crunch time is insane. And it's art, producing art and what it's turned into nowadays. And it's horrible. I mean, you come out of school, you want to do great things, and I want to work at a great company. And then you get in there and it's a sweatshop. And it's not what you thought it was going to be, and you're like, well, I'm an artist, so I got to endure. And you're taken advantage of, and you're taken advantage of so much. In almost every company. Every company to do with art I've ever worked at, I was taken advantage of. Big time. I remember even getting my first animation gig. I was so excited to be working on TV commercials, and I was hand animating. I did 750 drawings in a day. That is no joke, I did. That's how committed artists are. And I think I did, at the end of the week, I think I did about 3,000 to 4,000 drawings. And I got paid $200 for a week. that's getting taken advantage of. And that was by a very reputable company at the time. They were taking advantage of students coming out of film school. It was ridiculous. But so I have a personal stake in this. And I hate this, where companies make a change and it's the artists that suffer. And the artists, you know, they're such enduring people that they want to make it work. They're like, yes, we can do it at the sake of their own families and their own lives and their own health. So this gets me to my next point. The movie being delayed. What do I think about that? I think it is absolutely wonderful, commendable. I am so overjoyed to hear this. That they're not going to try to push it out and work these artists to death. They're going to push it back to February 14th. I am so relieved to hear that. I really, really am. It makes me feel a little bit better. I'm sure it's still crunch time. I'm sure it's still not easy. But it's made it feel a little bit better to me that they are caring about the artists a little bit and that they're giving them a little bit of breathing room. Might not be the best amount of breathing room, but they're giving them some. So for this, I am going to say that I am looking forward to the Sonic movie now that they're, one, changing the character, two, giving the artist some time to breathe, and giving it a little bit more time of production to get it right. I want to enjoy a Sonic movie. I want to enjoy a Pokemon movie. I want to enjoy these things as a fan, and I want to support them if they're done right and if they're done for the fans, and they celebrate the artists and they celebrate the original creators and the original characters. That's great. This is a win-win for the people who create the movies and for the fans. We need to work together. And I think this is one of those times where the directors and the companies listen to the fans. Yes. And they listen to the fans again saying, don't work your artists too much. And they kind of have at this point. I haven't talked to any artists who have worked on the Sonic movie at all. And I'll say this, anybody who's out there who's working on the Sonic movie, doing any of the CG, hit me up. Tell me what it's like there right now. And maybe I can do a follow-up video. Is it gotten a little bit better? How are you feeling over there? You know, because we do care. We do care about the artists. And that's the number one thing. I won't buy a game if they work the artists to death. That's how I feel these days. If it's hurting the artists, then I'm not a part of it. Because it's the artists that make the games. They're the artists that make the movies. It's a full production. It's not one man. It's not one company. It's not one director. All of the artists are together. You know, from behind the scenes, maybe holding a camera, holding a boom mic, getting coffee, you know, doing the CG work. Whatever it may be, doing some running around behind the scenes, doing the cable work. There's a lot going on behind the scenes. All of these people make the movie. It is not one person. And so I rally around behind this, and I think it's a wonderful, wonderful thing that the movie's been delayed. And I was going to see the movie anyways because I have a film review show. It's down below in the description box. I've been doing it for a couple of years with my friend Victor Lucas, where we go out and review movies and we see them early, and then we go into the streets, we don't talk about it with each other, and then we review the movie. And sometimes we disagree greatly, like we did on Aladdin, but sometimes we do agree, and it's a really fun thing. So I would have had to see the Sonic movie no matter what. And if it, you know, the way it was originally going to look, I'm so much happier thinking that I'm going to go in and see Sonic, hopefully, looking how he originally looked, and knowing that the production was handled well at the end. And what do you guys think of all of this? It's a wonderful thing, isn't it? Is it? Let me know down below. So anyways, guys, until next time.